Many believe that all religions worship the same God, identified under different names. However, it's important to understand the different ideas about God from different religions. Each religion provides us with rich and imaginative stories about the spiritual aspect of our existence. We call these religious stories myths. Although we may or may not know if these stories are true, a myth holds great meaning to those who believe it. Myths inspire us to think abstractly and capture the insight and hidden meanings that the universe has to offer. Religions often talk about spirit, which by definition is something that is both invisible and insubstantial. In order to unravel the mystery of the invisible world and better understand what religions are trying to tell us, we need to recognize myths as symbolic tales. We need to listen to these narratives and peel back their layers in order to unearth the deeper meaning that lies within. Religions have many stories about how the world came to be. The Huron creation myth says, "In the beginning there was only one water and the water animals that lived in it. Then a woman fell from a torn place in the sky. She was a divine woman, full of power. 2 loons flying over the water saw her falling. They flew under her, close together, making a pillow for her to sit on. The snapping turtle called all the other animals to aid in saving the divine woman's life. The animals decided the woman needed earth to live on. Turtle said, 'Dive down in the water and bring up some earth.' So they did that. Each time Turtle looked inside their mouths when they came up, but there was no earth to be found. Toad went under the water, and when Turtle looked inside Toad's mouth, he found a little earth. The woman took it and put it all around on Turtle's shell. That was the start of the earth. Dry land grew until it formed a country, then another country, and all the earth. To this day, Turtle holds up the earth." What does this Aboriginal myth say about us as human beings? If we reflected this story in our lives today, would we care more about preserving our planet and feel better connected to the environment? Monotheistic religions have a very different story about God creating the world in 6 days. This seems to conflict with our scientific understanding of the world. But does it? If you read the story carefully, the 6 days unfold in the same general pattern as our scientific story of the origin of the universe. On the first day, God created light. The current scientific theory, known as the Big Bang, says that the universe started with an intense burst of energy, or light, that gradually evolved into the world we know today. If you look at the 6 days of creation, they are similar to the order of our modern scientific story. First there was the sun and the earth, then the plants, then the animals, and finally, on the 6th day, the human being. There's a wonderful painting by Michelangelo that depicts the creation of the first man, where God reaches down from heaven and touches Adam. It's a powerful image of the Christian idea that God created mankind and gave us life. What does your religion say about the creation of the world and human beings? What does it mean to you personally? If you aren't religious, think about the scientific story as if it were a myth. What does this story say about who we are? Although there are many ways to tell the story, all of these religious myths provide us with a unique understanding of the world. Using their distinctive palette, they each paint a colorful and textured image of the creation of life and the universe.